Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, talking fishing. If it's facts about fishing that you want to know, then tune in, folks, cause this is the show. We'll show you all the right bait to use, so sit right back, you got nothing to lose. Doesn't really matter if it's trout or carp, flathead, marlin or a gummy shark. Listen to the guys and you can't go wrong. They'll be talking about fishing till the cows come home. Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
Welcome everyone to Season 2 of Talking Fishing, and thanks for having us back, and a big welcome to our Adelaide viewers this season. I hope you enjoy what we have on offer over in Melbourne. A massive season planned with all our regular segments, plenty of special guests already booked to join us on the couch, and a very special gap week we plan to film in Japan next month. That'll be something special. Tonight we show you just how good winter fishing is in Victoria, but before we do that, welcome Adam Ring to another season of Talking Fishing. Great to be back on the couch, isn't it?
Yeah, thanks Dave. The couch is as comfy as ever and looking forward to getting stuck right into Season 2.
3 months has gone so quick, hasn't it?
It has, and it's been a cold 3 months.
Still
but
cold.
The fishing's still been good.
Last time we were here, it was daylight savings and hot, and we were worried about the air conditioning.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
A few things have changed, but a big welcome also to Trelly. As always, Trelly, I see you got a few talks planned at this year's Melbourne Fishing Show. It's on in just over 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, thanks to you, David. Thanks to be back. Oh, good to be back,
And
I should
thank me,
say.
I just put any old goose up on the stage.
Yeah,
Got him.
had to fill a gap, mate. So, no, actually, we should bring a little bit of fresh water to the show, and the guys that come along might be able to pick up on a few things.
Cod fishing is growing, isn't it? And Trelly's talking about cod fishing at the Melbourne 4x4 on, I think, both Saturday and Sunday. As are we, and plenty of details about that later on. Boys, been a great few months, as I just said. Talk about your trip in a minute. Adam, you had a few weeks off.
Yeah,
I reckon you just played with kids, didn't you?
Yeah, no, took a couple of weeks off, and I'm not as hardcore as some of those winter fishermen out there, so I spent a bit of quality time with the family and sat there like all the other week fishos and just waited for the warm weather to come around, I think. But it was good. It was good to have a bit of a break from the shop and then obviously at the trade show after that, which we'll talk about a bit later on.
Very soon your trip, Trelly, because you went to the Cook Islands. I become a grandfather.
There you go. Congratulations.
How old do I feel? No one had grey hair. I became a grandfather to a lovely little boy, Caleb, and of course I had to go and visit him in Darwin. My daughter lives in Darwin. It was a fantastic trip, and got a phone call from an old friend who said, we've bought a charter boat, we've got a mothership in the mouth of the Daly River, and I went down there for 3 nights and just had a beautiful
how's his form?
Yeah.
Goes up
Cold,
to see the new grandson and
Can I show you
hot up there?
Can I show you the
going
pics?
fishing.
Can I show you the pics? Look, and it wasn't barra season, but we got out and had an absolute middle of nowhere. So we went down the Daly River, a 2-hour boat ride.
Yep.
I was with Humbug Charters, and check them out on Facebook or the website or whatever, because they're great operators. And from the mothership, we would have gone, I reckon, 80, 90 kilometres along the coast and found little creeks that were just absolutely fantastic. So, and some great fish. I think we're going to show some pics, but maybe not. There's a few. Harold, old mate, he got the best barra of the trip, only about 80 centimetres. And I tell you what, I took that back to my daughter's house in Darwin and ate that, and it was just sensational. We went up a little creek that was just absolutely chockers with mangrove jack, fish a cast.
And how aggressive are those little fish?
Oh, fantastic. You know, and seriously, not barra season, miles from anywhere. We fished one day from 7 in the morning till 9 at night. We're on the water for that long, and it was just sensational. Got sick of mud crabs. Although you can't get sick of mud crabs. We ate a lot of mud crabs every night.
That's
just a fantastic trip. And of course, Queenies. And I've got to say, I've never caught a Queenie in my life.
Big Queenies.
Queenies to a metre. And after 3 hours on them, we had to actually walk away or drive away and go.
On a pipe too, by look at that.
Driving home, I took this photo. That was the speed that you had to slow down to as you're going into town. So, just sensational. So, now Trelly, Cook Islands, we might touch on that later on. But did you take any pics because you meant to send them to Kevin?
Well, I think I might have sent a couple of pics in, but
I think there was one that we had from Cook Islands. I'm not sure whether we're going to get that. There's Trelly, Cook Islands. Got it. You got the palm trees. And, we know what you got up to in the Cook Islands. But
you missed the coconut in the bottom.
Got to get that in early. Boys, let's have a look at what's being caught by the people at home. It's time for Catch of the Week.
catch of the week, where you get to see yourself on TV.
And as I mentioned earlier on, we're going to show you just how good winter fishing is, because these pictures that you're about to see are genuine, caught in the last 7 days. Absolutely sensational. Let's start with young Harry Bold, a beautiful, nice little bream out of Balcombe Creek, and that's just one of those beautiful places you can go.
Exactly.
Plenty of bream. Bait fishery predominantly, Adam?
Yeah, predominantly a bait fishery. You will catch them on lures in there too, but it's predominantly bait. And young Harry took advantage of, bream. Winter is practically a season for him, so went down there on one of the cool mornings and got stuck into a few good bream.
Balcombe Creek in Mount Martha, just up the road from Devil Bend Reservoir, which puts us on to the next fish.
Look at this.
Have a look. That is a cracker rainbow trout. Now,
Look at that.
the
Nice
problem
fish,
with
isn't it?
Devil Bend is there's a lot of fish in there, which isn't a problem, but it's access to the fish. And Gary Norton certainly has that worked out, and he's been obviously it's land-based fishing there, but he's just worked it out, eh?
I know, and
that's
have
a
a
good
look
trout.
at, have a look at the
That's
colours on that big rainbow, the crimson on the cheek.
Absolutely full of roe.
It's like an Atlantic salmon almost, isn't it? Spawning run.
Yeah. And so the thing is, Charlie, they put a lot of big fish in. So they put a lot of small fish, but a lot of big fish too. So and no one's fishing it.
No.
Or very little people are
and there's
fishing
no
it.
shortage of food in there either. So even any of the, the smaller class fish, and they've been in there for so long now that there'd be a lot of fish of that size in there.
Absolutely, yeah. A little bit further down the road, let's have a look at this one. Callan Braid Ball, a Murray cod out of Lake Eildon.
And hasn't this been a little surprise packet this winter? You don't associate catching cod in winter.
In winter, no.
Well, not sure what it's like up your way, Trelly, but where we are, it's one of those things that's practically non-existent.
Well, they do. It's sort of like all your fishing. They do catch them through winter, but you just got to get out.
Yeah.
You just got to get out. But that's a nice fish for
So
Eildon.
the water temperature would be pretty cold in Eildon, I would have thought, this time of year.
It is, yeah. And
So-
the deeper it is, I think it comes out the bottom at about 4 or 5 degrees or
So
3
the
or 4
cod
degrees.
just don't slow down? Any fish slows down a bit in winter, doesn't it?
Yeah, they do.
Trout probably
don't.
don't.
They do. But plus all your bait fish sort of, your yabbies go back in the mud and all that type of thing. So they certainly do slow
Well,
down.
check out the next one. Jerry Morseman, another cracker cod. This was last Tuesday. In fact, we're all sitting on the Gold Coast at a conference, and this text message come through from Jerry Morseman. That's a cracker cod. I think it went 5.6 kilos out of Eildon as well. Something I'm learning, we might talk about later on the show, but you make a lot of noise with cod, and these boys are trolling the timber directly opposite the boat ramp in the main township of Eildon.
Oh, okay.
And I know Jerry said to me, and Gary said the next time they head up there, they're taking axe handles and broom. They want to bash the trees as they go past. They're not
Wake
using
them
the
up.
not using the electric motors when they're trolling. They're using the petrol, and they reckon as much noise as they can. In fact, 97-year-old Don Newman taught them a few
It's
tricks.
almost like game fishing.
But
Get a
weird.
teaser out there.
have a look at the fish. Next one, Tolondo. It is fishing just nicely, thank you very much. Taylor Hunt, just a cracker of a fish there, nice brown, and anyone would be happy with that, wouldn't they?
Oh, yeah.
That's a nice fish.
for sure.
A couple of these boys we're going to show next have been down there with Trevor Holmes and Jeff Stock, who sat on the couch here several months ago and just getting some cracker fish. There you go, Anthony Forster. Now, Anthony's actually fisheries manager that looks after freshwater fisheries with the state government. He's going to join us on the couch in a few weeks' time, just before trout opening, and tell us all about stocking programs and what Snobs Creek does. But that is a cracker of a fish, Anthony, and well done. And lucky last, we've got 7 to 8. Travis Dowling. Let's give him a round of applause. Finally,
Just before the round of applause.
Yeah.
It looks a bit similar to a couple of the fish we saw beforehand.
do you reckon he's holding one of Anthony's or Taylor's fish?
I'm not accusing anything, but it looks pretty similar to the fish
It's not the pass
beforehand.
around fish, is it?
Do you reckon Travis actually caught one?
We'll have to ask him.
We'll have to ask.
We'll have to ask. We'll
Yeah,
get him
we'll
on the
ask.
couch too. But look, if he did catch it, that's a pretty good fish.
Yeah.
You're going to be happy with that. If
And you know what?
we're cruel. If you'd like to send in a pic of your catch of the week, this is what you have to do.
If you want to be like me and have your photo on TV, email your fishing pic to info@ifish.com.au.
And coming up on Talking Fishing Product of the Week, and did you know that very shortly you'll be able to buy a Victorian and New South Wales fishing licence all at the one time? More on that right after this.
Talking fishing.
G'day, David Kramer here. I'm a massive fan of the Mazda BT50, having personally driven and owned one for more than 5 years now. And to tell you what, you can't beat them for an all-round great ute and a great tow vehicle. Get into Mornington Mazda before the end of the month and grab yourself a run-out bargain. Plus, with every BT50, you get all this $500 worth of fishing gear for free. I made mine a Mornington Mazda.
Make mine a Mornington Mazda.
Product of the week, brought to you by Tackle World. Now with 8 great locations around Victoria. Tackle World, where our advice is priceless. That's why it's for free.
See you down at Tackle World today.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
And boys, product of the week, we just decided we'd do something a little bit different. Things that are new. While we've been away for 3 months, there's been a few new products on the market, and let's have a look at them, Mads.
Yeah, that's right. We've had, over the break, there's been a few new products come out, and we'll kick it off with a brand new publication written by Paul Worsling called 1001 Great Fishing Tips. It is literally 1001 Great Fishing Tips, exactly as it says. The unique thing about this book and why it is going to be so popular, especially over the Christmas period, it doesn't matter whether you've been fishing for 20 years, it doesn't matter whether you've been fishing for 20 days. I guarantee you will find something in this book that'll better your chances of catching a fish on your next trip.
All right, random. Read one out.
Random?
Yeah, pick one.
Random
Number
tip.
39, capture the experience. And that goes into talk about taking photos and that sort of thing, and making sure you get the right photos and the right shots so that you do capture those memories.
Random, another one.
Random, 684. Plan your photo background. Now, they're not all on photos. That's completely random. I just happened to pick two that are on photos.
1001 tips on taking photos.
We'll
Not so random.
Where are we? Number 929, the sun is your friend.
Oh, there you
And
go.
if you want to know what that means,
For a good photo.
grab yourself. If you want to know what that means, grab yourself a copy of the book. But it is just brilliant. You will find things in here that you would never even thought of.
And I
when
reckon
you go
that's in
fishing.
every bookshop in Australia, because I know
is.
my missus was in Adelaide Airport last week and took a photo. Said, hey, Paul, I just found a book of yours, and it's brand new, you know. So
Yeah, that's
it's
it.
out
So,
in virtually
yeah.
every bookstore.
Out
You
now.
can buy it online. Just Google it, you'll find it, and you can buy it on. Great book, 1001 Great Fishing Tips, genuine.
Exactly. Now, Trelly,
Good
you're holding up the next publication, which I'm
Yeah.
going to talk about, which is the updated fishing guide to Western Port. Now, you would have seen this publication before. But
It used to be on sale at the Century, Trelly.
you would have seen this publication before, but it's just had its usual update.
Yep.
New maps, a little bit more info, a couple of new GPS marks.
154 GPS marks in that book now.
Exactly, and you won't find another publication. You can try and spend hours and hours on the internet trying to find the same fishing marks. They come from everyone from charter boat operators to boys that have worked at the shops over the years. Paul himself, he's delved into the secret stash and put a few in there too. So get your hands on that because it'll make a huge difference. We all know how tidal Western Port is. This can just steer you in the right
It
direction.
just tells you everything
so you're
from
not high and dry.
the species to the areas to the rigs to area. It's just great, isn't it? So
Exactly. It's
good.
And they only get revised every few years, and
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
right.
good to get the new revision. Just a few extra little things in it that's good. And
That's right.
If
And
you
they
haven't
are-
got a copy, grab yourself a copy.
Exactly, and they are back on the shelves and ready to go. So that one's another must-have. Moving on to a few lures which we've seen come out over the last couple of months. These little beauties here are made by Storm, and we found this nice little market here in Victoria, and I'm sure this will catch on across the country if it hasn't already. But they are a heavily weighted minnow. They come in two different sizes. Depending on the species you want to target, but these have been huge for our salmon market down here off the surf. A hard body that you can cast a country mile because they are really quite heavy. And the other one we've seen up on the Portland Bluefin run, a lot of busting fish this season. People like Scotty Gray and all that have been getting stuck right into them. They can get a little bit flighty on top, so sometimes your surface stick baits and things are a little bit too much. Belt one of these into a school, let it sink down a little bit, give it a couple of cranks, and before you know it, you're on.
Young Callan at the shop took them down to Kilcunda, and he tried a whole lot of metal slugs, and you can cast these as far as any metal slug because they're quite. I don't know if you've got the grams on it for how the weight.
Heavier one, as I just dropped my microphone there, and hopefully the batteries are falling out, so hopefully I'm still on.
You probably need to put them back in.
So, no, they're still hanging on just. 42 grams for the 110 mil, and then 90 mil weighing in at 27 grams. So you really can cast them a mile, and they'll be good from everything. We just touched on a couple of species, salmon and tuna, but they'll be great for trout. So just generally mucking around. We'll see snapper caught on these in the upcoming season, so keep an eye out for those. Another lure that's come into the marketplace is a new take on an old favourite, the old X-Wrap, which has been around forever and a day, and I guess made big in Victoria with the Portland Bluefin run that we come across every year. They're now doing an X-Wrap 40, exactly the same size as an X-Wrap 30, but you're getting an extra 10 feet out of the depth. So they'll dive to 40 foot. Don't be silly and start towing around at 6 to 8 knots because they're not going to swim. They'll pull out to get the depth of that. Slow it down a little bit.
Yep.
Great, really great if the fish are being a little bit crazy. You can see them on the sounder, but you can't really get them to feed. Slow everything down. Really get that extra 10 foot, diving right in the middle of those schools and hold on because
sometimes you say that 10 feet can make all the difference, can't it?
It can, and it makes fussy fish think twice. If you can put that right in front of their nose, how could you not resist if you're a big bluefin? So they're going to be huge. Trelly, you're going on holidays shortly enough in Vanuatu.
I'm going to take that.
These will be a killer.
I won't be here to the end of the night.
That's it. That'll be a killer. So keep an eye out for them. They'll be in stores very shortly. I'm not sure how far away they are, but very soon. Enough for Christmas anyway, and we start thinking about using them again. And these here are one I don't think many people would have seen by a lure manufacturer called Salmo.
Yeah.
These are practically indestructible. Guaranteed not to break on a fish and guaranteed to swim directly out of the packet. Every single one of them is tank tested and hand tuned to make sure that you get maximum performance directly out of the box. You can use these on anything from cod, trelly, dredging these down around mulwala, eel.
Oh, even eel and some of those big walls.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Deeper water, Mildura.
Exactly.
That one there dives to 11 metres.
11 metres. And it's not an overly big lure either. Generally, if you're thinking big depths out of lures, you're thinking big lures. They're reasonable size. They're great for that cod sort of market. I reckon these will be quite big come the snapper season because guys in the kayaks who are trolling around for the snapper now can actually get them down without any added extras, not hanging sinkers off them, no drop weights. Just tow them nice and slow and dredge them through the mud in up to 10 minutes.
And we all know the amount of pilchards in the bay. They're already talking about how many are in Port Phillip Bay. They're just going to be a gun bait because the snapper are biting on those fish.
Exactly.
And something like that towed by in a kayak's perfect, isn't it?
That's right. Well, I've got a little redfin pattern here, which obviously will be more of a freshwater type thing. But there's silvers and blues, typical to your sort of mullet / pilchard, natural sort of bait fish you'll find in the bay. So they're a great new thing. So keep an eye out for those.
They've really improved their colour range in those summers, which is really good. And they do come down to trout size ones too. So
that's right. So trout, when they're holding deep in any of the crater lakes over in the west, or eel this time of year as well. You can get those lures just a little bit deeper. So there you go. There's plenty more to come, but a few new products that excited us in the off-season.
Absolutely. Good stuff. Trelly, Cook Islands. Tell us about that. You went over there for a trip.
Yeah, we had a trip over to Cook Islands, which is a really, really fun place to go. One of the benefits is there's no critters or bites or anything like that, so no snakes, no spiders, nothing in the water. You can do what you like, and anything that bites you in the water is fish. So it's really good. We did actually get out for a fish. Caught some of those, some trevally and a few other species. And went with the guys over there who are really good. Their eyes are really good. They get the guides over there. Their eyes go, there's a fish.
And you can't see it,
you can't see, mate. It's like, there's no fish over there. You're making all that up, you know. But they do. They spot them for you and they put you on the mark, and it really is a lovely place to be. Yeah. The water's absolutely crystal clear. Yeah. Magnificent. So it was a little bit windy when we were there, which sort of took the top off the temperature a little bit. But certainly when we did get out in the water, it was fantastic. Again, heavy lures like what you're saying there, bit of breeze in your back out of a boat, and you can just cast a mile and you can see all your reefs and just pop things back over the top, and you see the fish jumping.
And being able to get the lures away from you in situations like that, crystal clear water, quite shallow. You get too close and those fish are going in the opposite direction, 100 miles an hour. So being able to get the lures away from you is a huge advantage.
That's right. No, really good.
Boys, I also mentioned going to the break last time that New South Wales, Victoria licences, fishing licences. It's been on the drawing board for a long time. Where, people wanted reciprocal rights, so you buy a fishing licence and it's usable in both states. I always thought that was going to be impossible to achieve, and the problem is that the state government, it takes the $24.50 out of Victoria, say for a 1 year licence, takes the $24.50, goes into a trust fund, wants to spend it on improving fishing. You get the New South Wales one, which the price 30 or 35 might have gone up to 30, might have gone up to 35 now. Of course, New South Wales want their money to go into their trust fund to spend on improving New South Wales fishing, and you're just not going to get a compromise from New South Wales because more Victorians buy New South Wales licences than New South Wales people buy Victorian licences. So we're trying to get the reciprocal rights. They don't want to give it because they're going to lose money. So very cleverly, I must say, that the state government and Travis Dowling, leading Fisheries Victoria, has gone to New South Wales. He'll actually probably announce it in more detail, but he's got something on the cards. He has got a New South Wales Victoria licence on the go. Going to leave all the announcements to Travis when he comes and joins us on the couch, but it is happening. I know he's received letters and it's going to happen. So it's
when
a
you
good
go
thing.
For swim now, you'll lose both licences at once.
That's right, all at once, yeah. I wonder if it's double the fine as well. So, yeah. Guys, just a reminder now, just something to mark on your calendar for the end of the month. The Melbourne 4x4 Outdoors Show and Fishing and Boating Expo at the Melbourne Showgrounds, August 21 to 23. We will be presenting a live performance of Talking Fishing on both Saturday and Sunday. If you want to come and see us, mark it on your calendar now. August 21 to 23, Melbourne Showgrounds, come and see us live.
Bring the Jeffers.
Throw stuff as that. I think I haven't got the times with me. Might do that next week, but I think it's around about 1 o'clock on Saturday and Sunday that we're going to be on the stage and doing a talking fishing show. So we're not filming it or anything, but it's
fun.
a bit of a live performance. Don't know if we told you, Adam, but you're doing a squid talk at the show as well, and you're doing cod, Trelly. So plenty of things happening. It's going to be a good 4x4 show, I think. So I want to talk about AFTA very, very quickly, but just before that, don't forget, you can keep up to date with all the info from tonight on our Facebook page with Catch of the Week, hotspots and much more. Don't forget to like us. And if you want to see a repeat of any episode of the show or want to send a copy to a friend, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You'll find the correct links to Facebook and YouTube on our website, talkingfishing.com.au. Now, boys, we've just been up to AFTA on the Gold Coast. AFTA Fishing, Australian Fishing Trade Association's big wholesaler show, all the major suppliers under one roof, and we got to see a lot of gear. If you were to name one thing, was there one thing, Adam, that you liked? And Trelly, same to you, same question.
Best reel's got to go. We saw the new Stratic FKs, which are actually probably dropping in stores as we speak.
Yeah, I reckon we got them today.
Yep. That was exciting. And we saw 2 new sizes in a cranker crab. Believe it or not, they still exist. There'll be plenty of stock coming. They looked really good.
Yeah, saw a good bait caster from Shimano with the Rod McKenzie one with it's like a 10 kilo bait caster for Murray cod fishing for those big lures we're talking about.
Yeah, nice.
Which was something that was completely different to what we see. Probably doubles up as a black bass rod.
Yeah, nice.
Nice.
I guess it was a great show. It was probably one of the best ones I've been to in quite a few years. A lot of people there, a lot of new product, but everything seems to be really relevant. Normally you see a fad come through and you sort of scratch your head going, oh, maybe not. There was none of that. It was just really solid fishing tackle, which we're going to see over the next 12 months.
You've got to really get into the stalls, don't you? And you've got to get your eyes and run them from top to bottom across. Yeah. You just don't want to miss out on that little item.
You probably saw 30,000 products, you know. Yeah. Did you guys see the pliers at Nomad? It's a set of pliers that are just indestructible.
Oh, yeah, the split ring pliers?
They're split ring, they've got cutters. They were cutting braid on these big set of pliers. It was just unbelievable. So, look, we're going to get a bit of the new stuff in and we'll bring it in over the next couple of weeks as it becomes available, because not everything that we saw was available for the next couple of months, but as it becomes available, we'll bring it in and show you people at home just some of the new stuff that's about to hit the shelves in the next couple of months. Coming up on Talking Fishing, Fisheries news, big celebrations in Mornington. The pier has finally been rebuilt. More on that straight after this.
Talking Fishing.
Good morning, spotters. Stephanie speaking.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
And now it's time for the news. The Fisheries news. Sounds a bit fishy to me.
And plenty of news while we've been away, boys, over the last 3 months. Again, kept it very, very relevant in what's been going on just recently. And I tell you what, the gooses, is that right? Goose? The idiots that keep,
There we go, that'll do.
I didn't want to say it. The idiots that keep pinching fish, the small, they just keep going. Let's have a look at this one. Small snapper proved very costly for 2 Geelong men. 2 men caught with 54 undersized snapper have been convicted and fined a total of $3,600 in Geelong's Magistrates Court. The court heard a call to the 1-3 fish line, which is fantastic, working at 8:30 on a Wednesday night in January. Fisheries officers, they detained the 2 men, 27 and 24, from Taylors Hill and Hillside, inspected their vehicle, and as it was leaving St Helens. Inside they found 55 snapper and only 1 was of legal size. The catch limit for snapper is 10 per person, the minimum size is 28.
Wow.
Like, seriously?
No, and how many of them do we have to read out for them to get the picture?
Well, we've got to keep reading them out because many people at home don't believe that this keeps going on. And there are people out there doing it day in, day out. It's just unbelievable. Well, we're going to go good news, bad news, or bad news, good news, I think. So I've mixed it up a little bit. A bit of good news. New fish stock, I think it's meant to say record for Lake Eildon is golden, something like that. A record, I'll get on with it, a record number of golden perch have been stocked into Lake Eildon to improve freshwater fishing opportunities for Victorian anglers. Around 250,000 golden perch fingerlings have been released this year, eclipsing the previous biggest total of 233,500 in 2009. Golden perch do not breed in Lake Eildon, so stocking is the only way to maintain the fish. Imagine the poor bloke that's got to count them. Yeah. It was 233,500. Now it's 250,000. What a job.
That's a lot.
Worse still, the Murray cod bloke. Last summer, 607,000 Murray cod were stocked, the bulk of which were grown at Fisheries Victoria's own hatchery at Snobs Creek near Eildon. This is the 3rd consecutive season the fish production team at Snobs Creek have grown more than 500,000 Murray cod on site for recreational stocking. So
they'd be pretty happy to see the yellow belly coming.
How good's that?
Isn't the future of Eildon just looking brighter
and you look at the
brighter.
couple of shots we had of the cod coming out this week. Is just sensational.
Awesome.
Yeah. We've only got that to come and more.
Exactly.
It's just sensational. And I think we're actually going to go up and visit Snobs Creek in a few weeks' time, take the cameras up, film it. You'll get to see everything about Snobs Creek, where the hatchery is, owned by the state government and boosted by recreational fishing licence money. It's going to be a pretty big thing when we go up there and have a look at all that. Next one, boys. Three lines. Sorry?
Bad news.
Oh, bad news. 3 lines and small fish draw stiff fines. A 49-year-old Footscray man has been fined more than $1,000 after allegedly being caught with 3 fishing lines to take bream from the Maribyrnong River near the Dynon Road Bridge. Last Friday, after a call, this was 2 weeks ago, last Friday after a call to the 1-3 fish line, fisheries officers approached the man and intercepted him as he tried to dump the contents of a bucket into the water. The bucket was found to contain 3 bream, all allegedly undersized. Mm-hmm. They then found a mesh catch bag tethered under the water which contained another 9 bream, of which one of which was allegedly undersized. So the minimum size limit for bream is 28 centimetres. The man was allegedly using 3 rods and during the inspection allegedly cut the fishing line attached to his 3rd rod. He's a smarter. So he's just fishing with a rod without fishing line?
Yeah.
What are they called? Gooses or idiots? One of them, I'll tell you.
Anyway, they're just small fish and...
He's $1,062 worse off right now. Yeah. So there you go. And
good news.
Good news. More better than good news. Great news. Mornington Pier has been finished. How good is that?
Just in time for the squid.
I think the Department of Building has been trying to set a world record for how long it takes to rebuild a pier. It's got to be 3 years.
It's been a long time.
It's got to be 3 years.
It's been a long time. Yeah. It's been a slow process.
Some photos of it. Now there's an aerial shot of it there on the screen as it's been built. Look, that end bit looks sensational. There's a lower landing section, and that's it last week in the storms.
Oh, look at that.
So you'd hate if it got washed away.
It got tested straight up.
I reckon they got tested in a big way, and that's pretty big, isn't it?
And now the grand opening's on Saturday.
Grand opening this
Grand
Saturday. Actually, I've got
opening
some
this
details
Saturday.
here.
Yep.
Mornington locals and visitors are invited to enjoy the newly rebuilt pier at a community day to mark its reopening. The rebuilt pier includes improved access to the water with a new 60-metre low landing area, so boats can pull up, drop passengers off, that sort of stuff. A new larger concrete pier section inlaid with a timber deck walking surface, wave protection panels designed to withstand strong local waves, as you just saw, and provide some protection to vessels berthed in the Fisherman's Wharf. So head to Mornington Pier on Saturday, 8th of August from 10 a.m. and enjoy great family-free activities, tours, and a sausage sizzle.
There you go.
Good.
Hope they've got a few sausages.
Yeah, I know.
Got
Yeah.
rod holders?
I don't know.
Put rod holders in
Guess
the
we'll
new
find
pier.
out Saturday when we go down and have a look.
Have a
But
look.
anyway, it's a great thing. It's open. I
is,
know it took
finally.
a long time, but it's great to see. And
We're there.
Yeah, absolutely. Having said that, the little bit of the pier that's been open, hasn't that been fishing well for the calamari still?
Yeah, it has. It's been probably one of the more solid seasons, I guess, for the Mornington Pier calamari, because generally what you'll see is nothing for ages and all of a sudden they'll boom and there'll be heaps of them in a short amount of time, where it's stayed pretty consistent right throughout the last 6 months, realistically. And they also had great seasons on both the cooter and the salmon. So it's definitely alive and well, and now with more access, more people, we're just going to hear more fish. It's great.
Yeah.
It really is.
That new timber, what colour do you reckon it's going to be in 2 weeks' time?
Black.
Black. Up next, Kramer's mailbag and plenty more on Talking Fishing.
Talking fishing.
We know what you'd rather be doing.
We know what you really got in mind.
We know you'd rather be out fishing. And today's the day you're gonna wet a line. 'Cause every day's a good day.
Stop wishing.
Every day's a chance to drift away. Drift away.
Every day's a good day for fishing. See you down at Tackle World today.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
And a big thank you to all those people that I wrote to on Facebook last night and said, episode 1, no one's been writing to us for 3 months. Can you please write me some emails overnight? And we've got a few. So thank you very much. The old power of social media just works. This one, though, came in a little bit earlier. Adam was addressed to you and actually says, I think it's from Debbie's mum. It just says, hi, Alan and Debbie. Thought you might like to see this from mum. And then someone sent it in to you, I think Margaret. Tackle World Mornington regular Debbie Girling is the club champion at Phillip Island Angling Club for the 2nd year running. Well done, Debbie. Obviously gets out and fishes a bit, and she's a regular at Tackle World Mornington, mate.
Yeah,
so
regular at Tackle World Mornington. And
there you go.
congratulations, Debbie. She is a gun. And
Is
I'll
she?
tell you what, the hours they put in, it doesn't matter. Rain, hail, shine. If there's a comp that needs to be won, you can guarantee Debbie's going to be out there winning it. She fishes really hard and deserves everything she gets. So well done, Debbie. Congratulations.
There you go. Well done. Second one coming overnight. Hey, champ. Yeah, talking to you,
Trelly.
Hey, champ. I've seen some champion efforts actually from you on the Gold Coast. Champion slurring
I
your
suppose
words.
you got a photo of
Hey,
that.
champ, the water temperature. No, there's no photos. I only do one an episode. Hey, champ, with water temperature low, fishing has been slow on the soft plastic side of fishing. Port Phillip Bay south, but squid have been going really well at the moment. Best numbers I've seen in ages. Attached is an underwater photo. Sorry, we didn't show that. Question: when is our fishing money going to improve the ramps in Port Phillip Bay? The other week I launched at St Leonard's and pulled the boat off the trailer. Boat wouldn't move. When I looked under the boat, it was sitting on sand. How do the local government allow our ramps to get like this? It's a joke. And other side of the ramp, on the other ramp, it was just 1.2 metres. Lucky I had that side to use when I was finished fishing. That came from Philip Jordan. We could put on the Jala
I was going
pile.
to say, is that the start of a new Jala
We're
pile?
not going to start the Jala pile yet. We're going to give her a break. The thing is, fishing money goes into a trust fund only to be spent what they say on fishing stuff, and I know that's hard to understand. Boat ramps comes under the Minister for Ports, I think.
Yeah,
managed by local councils.
It's complicated.
It's
complicated.
There's only one way to say it. It's a dog's breakfast.
Yeah, it's complicated.
And nothing's going to change, I don't think, until perhaps the next election, where we need recreational anglers to say, enough's enough, we're sick of paying, we want all boat ramps in Victoria to come under one authority, and we want that authority to manage boat ramps and put the money back into boat ramps, because we pay a lot of money, it goes into council coffers, and it goes nowhere near the boat ramp. So
that's what we should do. Is like the guys who hold up the lollipop at the school crossings.
Yes,
we should have the guy with the little tractor at the boat ramp that goes down and clears the boat ramp.
I think,
how's that?
And I think Richie Minnow might have been holding up.
I reckon Richie Minnow
in the off season.
I reckon Richie Minnow during the off season was a lollipop man.
We'll get him a new one.
No hanging on the lollipop.
We'll hit him up about that.
The rainbow lollipop.
All right, let me get through these. This is Craig Waller. Hi, talking fishing. Welcome back after your break. I saw on Facebook that you needed something for the mailbag. Spot on, mate. This may not be relevant for episode 1. No, it is. Our club is the Sandringham Anglers Club, and we're located on the foreshore with picturesque views and good facilities for the current 120 plus members. The club is at threat of losing their club rooms that they own, as the land and management has now been passed from local council control to Parks Victoria, and they're reviewing tenants' entitlements and lease holdings to the land. We believe there will be an expensive legal battle at some times. Is everything a battle in fishing? Is it seriously?
Pretty much.
Change of land. I extend a warm welcome. I send a warm welcome for any of the team to come down to the club to check out the facilities, including the bar, Trelly.
Good.
They've got a park bench out the front. And you might even wish to film an episode from our facilities. Thank you very much, Craig. In all seriousness, a couple of things on clubs. It must be hard, and we will help with whatever way we can. I mean, we do have, fortunately, from this show and from other relationships, good government contacts, and if... local council to Parks Victoria. I don't know who's worse, local Parks Victoria or local council. Who would you rather deal with? Neither.
It's complicated.
Depends who you know in each individual department. That'd be a good one to actually chase up and go and see. And there's so many clubs that do have waterfront properties and things like that, which are just such great places.
Yeah, exactly. Just on the fishing clubs though, one of the election promises by the current state government was to give every fishing club a $2,000 grant to help boost participation, do some work around the club and all that sort of stuff. So, Craig, I'm happy if you want to, in fact, I might send you an email tomorrow and just say this is what you need to do about that $2,000. And when we get Travis Dowling on the couch in a couple of weeks' time, we might ask him how that program's going. And I know there's been a lot of work done on a lot of other things, the commercial netting buyout, a lot of progress made on that. And I think, again, look, I won't take that away from Travis, but a lot of work been done on that, and it's a very complicated process. Some of the other things, Blue Rock, I think, is about to open in a couple of weeks' time, and that sort of stuff to bigger boats. So a lot of stuff, but the fishing clubs thing, $2,000 to each club, needs to happen soon. And I just reckon Fisheries probably need to get a note out pretty much very, very quickly and give all those clubs a Christmas present, I reckon. Yep. If you'd like to write to me or these blokes in Kramer's Mailbag, this is what you do.
Send your mail to Kramer's Mailbag, PO Box 734, Patterson Lakes, Victoria 3197, or email kramer@ifish.com.au.
Trelly fishing clubs up Shepparton Way. Is there many?
There's actually quite a few. Again, they sort of double up as social clubs.
Yeah.
So you'll often find
that's code for BEER, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. That is code word. Yeah. So, and a lot of them, we're always trying to involve the kids and that type of thing. So there is quite a few right along the Murray River. Yeah. They do a fantastic job too. They're involved. They're the eyes and ears of the waterways a lot of times.
Do you find that the fishing clubs in, say, the country areas that they have better relationships with local authorities compared to poor old Sandringham Anglers Club that are probably sitting on $1 million property? Let's face it. But and you've got these little fishing club. Need to get rid of them and develop that into a high rise. Do you find it better in the country areas?
Yeah, it's probably.
They still fight the same battles.
But the thing is, if you've got a small community and you've got a fisheries and wildlife officer, he's got to live in that community. So they all seem to get along together. It's like the local copper or whatever. Yeah. If they don't get along with the local community, you know.
Well, that's hard work.
Yeah, and that's not over the side of the boat in the middle of the dark either. But you know, they do have a reasonably good relationship in the country, which is pretty good.
Yeah. Boys, have you heard of the Bent Rod Squad?
I have.
Yes.
Have you heard them?
Yes.
Who are they?
The Bent Rod Squad.
Yeah, the Bent Rod Squad.
Yeah, who are they though? I mean, the Mad Uis, gone mad.
Yes.
Gone, absolutely sensational. Their website, their clothing, you see it everywhere now. Is the Bent Rod Squad coming up? You know, is that one of those, like the Mad Uis? Is the next Mad Uis?
It's coming.
Who are they?
I think so.
It's coming.
Do you know who they are?
He's a local legend.
Who?
From where we are.
Who? The Bent Rod Squad?
It's T-Dog.
T-Dog and Stinger?
T-Dog and Stinger.
They're the part of the Bent Rod Squad.
No,
I'm tell you what, they're undercover if they are.
You're giving the stick away now.
And I tell you what, those rods have been bent. I've seen some pretty good photos of. I know T-Dog's been stuck into the gummies.
Yeah.
Dominates the kingfish when they're on down the heads. May even be working up near Purrumbete, so I'm sure he's been dominating some trout. Keep an eye out for it.
They've got the hoodies with the bent rod and the
right.
pants with the bent rod.
Right.
Yeah.
Trelly, you're into them.
Look at it on Facebook.
Yeah, I'll go get some.
Like it on Facebook.
All right, I'm going to go and check them out when I get home. Now, just something to mark on your calendar once again for the end of the month, the Melbourne 4x4 Outdoor Show and Fishing and Boating Expo at the Melbourne Showgrounds, August 21 to 23. We will be presenting a live performance of Talking Fishing on both Saturday and Sunday. If you want to come and see us, mark it in your calendar now. August 21 to 23, Melbourne Showgrounds. Come and see us live. And don't forget, you can keep up to date with all the info from tonight on our Facebook page with Catch of the Week, hotspots and much more. Don't forget to like us, and if you want to see a repeat of the show or want to send a copy to a friend, just subscribe to our YouTube channel. You'll find the correct links to Facebook and YouTube on our website, talkingfishing.com.au. And boys, you can also go to C31, they have Catch Up TV, and I think this program, not sure of the repeats of our show. I have to wait a week or two, see what they're doing with it. But certainly Catch Up TV or YouTube. So many people do say to us that they want to see the show, they've missed it. How do we get YouTube or C31 Catch Up TV is the way to go. Coming up, this week's hotspots and what's coming up on C31 Fishing. Be back shortly on Talking Fishing.
Talking Fishing.
G'day, Callan here from Paul Worsling's Tackle World Cranbourne. Supercharged batteries have been supplying maintenance-free marine batteries since 2001. The Seamaster Gold range is second to none, delivering superior starting power and reserve capacity. No need to top up with water, truly a fit and forget battery. With up to 2 years replacement warranty, you know you have quality. Your battery is your lifeline. Without it, you're dead in the water because it's bloody hard to push start. I've got a Seamaster battery in my boat. Make yours a Seamaster Gold today.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
Hello, Richie Minnow here. It's now time for this week's Fishing Hotspots on Talking Fishing. Marvellous.
And the segment that everyone loves, and they just love looking at it on Facebook. And I'm not sure there'll be too many people out this weekend, although Saturday is a cracker of a day. But hotspots is what we're looking at now.
And can I clear that up?
Yeah.
I don't know. You haven't been in Victoria lately, have you, Dave? Because I haven't found a spot where I've been fishing. It's going to be hot. Really?
It says on the screen there, cold spots.
Cold spots.
Oh, well, there goes hot spots. The cold spots are the best places to fish, I can tell you. And Blair Gowrie is number one. I went down there about 2 weeks ago on that lovely car. In fact, we got to the boat. It was covered in a layer of ice.
Yeah, that's
And
good.
we shot across from Patterson Lakes Marina and headed over to Blair Gowrie. There are some fantastic numbers of calamari down there.
Nice.
Didn't find any big ones. You know, the hoods of 25 to 30, I guess. So, which, you know, next couple of months you'll be getting some big ones. The big ones will be in there.
As we get into spring, we'll start to see those big.
But certainly, you just got to move around and find what depth they're in, because there's certainly some good numbers of fish down there, boys. So, but Blair Gowrie. Next one, St Leonard's. I didn't catch a whiting. I also went out to Mud Island on some of my usual spots for whiting. Couldn't find a whiting to save myself. Paul Worsing was out, very, very similar area, and didn't find a whiting to save himself as well. But St Leonard's, reportedly there are some nice whiting when they're on over there, and also off the pier, some beautiful trevally. I was trying to think of the word there. Yeah. Beautiful trevally off there at the moment. They love that cold water, those trevallies. So, Devil Bed and Reservoir.
Well, we saw
That's the third one. How good is that?
Catch of the week, didn't we?
Yeah.
We saw the proof.
Yeah, if you're not sure around the rules of Devil Bend Reservoir, you've got to enter during daylight hours. When it's dusk, they close the gate, but you can still drive out or you can walk in, all that sort of stuff before early in the morning. But they've got some automatic gate there. But Devil Bend Reservoir, there's a fishing pontoon. Take a rod and reel that you can cast a mile, because the further you can get out, wind it back, you'll find a lot of the fish around the weeds. I'd be taking some of those storm lures. I mean,
definitely.
You've seen the size of the fish. They're not going to be afraid of those big lures.
No.
Get them down deep in amongst some of that weed.
And there's still some thumping big reddies being taken out of there too. We've had a couple of guys come through the shop who've got some real big reddies out of there too. So it just seems to be a big fish resi, basically.
Next one, just down the road from there, is Casey Fields. Now, if you want to get the kids out for a great day's fishing, get down to Casey Fields. There's a guaranteed 500 trout. Do you know how I know that?
Because you put them in?
Jala and I put them in the other week. Did a little bit of an event down there with Jala, and it was good. Put 500 trout in there, and they'd just be thriving right now. The water level was down a little bit, boys. It's the lowest I'd ever seen Casey Fields. So
I haven't been there, Dave. Just describe it as like a lawn down to the water's edge.
Pretty much, but there's reeds around about 2/3 of the perimeter of the lake. So imagine this whole complex was built for the Melbourne Football Club as their training base, and Casey Scorpions, which is their VFL affiliate, I think still play their home games there. You've got massive areas of water catchment that all flow into a beautiful lake. It's always got water running into it, beautiful reeds, frogs, all the insects you could think of, and it's just absolutely fantastic.
And it gets stocked
for fishing
regularly too. So they,
three times a year.
Yeah, and they try and time it with the school holidays, so get the kids down there for sure.
Next one, Lake Tyers. Lake Tyers is, I'm not on camera now, I'll show it in a minute, but it is about to burst the banks. It's about to open. I spoke to Frank Melito down there today in Lakes Entrance, and he said any second now it's going to burst, but it hasn't yet. Apparently the water's right up on the road near the pub and getting very, very close.
And when that happens, there's an influx of water, salt water.
Well, you'll have water out, water in, it becomes tidal, gives the whole thing a bit of a refresh, and he reckons it's quite good fishing, as soon as it breaks.
The
that's
fishing,
what I've heard.
Yeah, as soon as it goes, and then give it a little bit to settle, because obviously you get a lot of dirty water pushing out, but I love it when those systems open up, because you know right on the horizon there is some really, really good fishing. The brim will be down the front in the cold weather, schooled up, and they'll just go crazy when that opens.
So it's the place to go to, and any day now. I think we've got a bit of rain forecast the next few days, and Saturday is going to be a beautiful day. I was just saying. So going to be very, very calm out on the bays, and if you can get down to Lake Tyers, will be a great spot. Even to see it that full on about to burst would be a good thing. So, and lucky last cold spot of the week is Talondo, of course, and I know people say stop going about Talondo. It's the premier trout fishery in Victoria. It's worth talking about.
And when you see those photos, it shows you that little trickle of water that went in there has just made an absolute huge difference. So it's great.
Absolutely.
And just bring on some more water so that we can get it through summer, and we're talking about it again this time next year.
Absolutely. Boys, what's coming up on C31 tonight? Straight after us, good old Ronnie Catch and Cook. He's doing well, and some more great episodes up there. 9:30, 10 o'clock, Savage Seas Adventures. Wednesday, if you're up early in the morning, 6:30am, Ozfish TV. And on Thursday, if you're up early in the morning, 2 days in a row, you can watch Australian Fishing Network. We're on at 7 o'clock on Thursday morning. Then Friday, you've got 6:30 and 7 o'clock, Catch and Cook U-Fish TV. Some real good episodes of U-Fish there too. So Winger's been out there, and as always,
getting amongst
premium fishing. Saturday, just have a look at the extravaganza. I'm just going to run through them. You can see the times on your screen. Catch and Cook, Ozfish TV, Australian Fishing Network, That's Fishing, U-Fish TV, Savage Seas Adventures, and then at night, Ozfish TV, That's Fishing, U-Fish TV, Australian Fishing Network. Unbelievable amount of fishing on C31. We actually had we had a meeting before this, and we were talking with someone about C31. He said, it's a bit of a niche station, isn't it, C31? He said, there's a little bit of fishing, isn't there? A little bit of fishing, I tell you what. Absolutely fantastic. Boys, a couple other topics we want to talk about.
We briefly spoke about AFTA before, but to come out of AFTA, a massive congratulations. Tackle World Cranbourne took out the award for Best Large Tackle Store 2 years in a row. So well done to the boys down there. I've been lucky enough to work there for quite a few years before Tackle World Mornington come along. Brilliant people, a brilliant store. Congratulations, Dave. Congratulations, Paul Worsling. If you are watching or you do see this, it is just the epitome of and the pinnacle of a family-run business, and it is just the place to be. So get out there and congratulate the boys. Massive effort 2 years in a row. Well done, Dave, because I know you've had quite a lot to do with it over the last few years. So
very good.
Well done, mate.
Only 4.5 as the general manager, but anyway.
Job well done.
And look, I mean, it is an award and something that I'm very proud of, and we work hard towards it. And you get a bit of that tall poppy stuff, and people say, "Oh yeah, you're rightio," but we do work hard, and I think you know what we do behind the scenes. And Trello, I mean, you've got 3 tackle worlds. It's behind the scenes stuff. What we do for the community, what we do for the little tackers, what we do for the general angler that has no idea. We get them onto fish, and we teach them how to fish in the shop.
Right.
And it's all those things that come together to make you a good tackle shop, and that's what we're there for. Nothing else. We're just there to see people catch fish and enjoy life.
It's so personal, isn't it?
Yeah,
it is.
It is.
So it's not like selling chocolate.
Yeah,
it's just so personal.
I pinch myself every day and say, "Geez, I've got the best job."
Yeah,
I really do. And
it's got a long history, and Paul and Christy have done an amazing job. Dave, you've come. They said 4.5 years.
What took you so long?
Yeah, well, I tell you what, and I will say that's 17 years. I worked at Blue Scope Steel, and I tell you what, I've got the best job in the world right now. And I used to love working at Blue Scope Steel. So. The funny thing is, Paul and Christy went home they weren't there last year.
No,
so
that's right.
we won it for the first time. It's only been running 3 years. They won it. This year, who's going to win it 2 times in a row? And I said no hope, because you don't normally win those sort of awards. Christy went home that morning. Anyway, I held Paul's hand on the way up to the stage. I was pretty happy with that. So, boys, just to finish up on AFTA, many people probably don't know the whole process, but they do have best rod, best reel, best lure,
a whole series of awards,
best stuff. So
that's right.
Soft plastic,
and that was one category in best large store. There's small store, medium store, so quite a few awards on the night, and we'll touch on those.
Well, we'll bring some of the things in as they start to flow,
and
I'm sure we'll get access through a couple of sales reps. We'll bring some of those things into the show and show people. And there were some good things. I know Spotted sunglasses, best sunglasses at the comp, so that was pretty good. I can't recall best tackle storage. There's some unbelievable stuff coming from Shimano.
There is, Shimano's got new ranges coming out. Rod and reel and game reel as well went to.
Would I be right in saying Shimano won the first 6 categories?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, they had a red-hot crack this year, and there's some really nice gear coming.
Plenty of that stuff that we're going to start bringing into the show very shortly. That's it for Talking Fishing. Hope you enjoyed the show. The forecast is for great conditions this Saturday, except for the top of 13. For those of you that brave it, hopefully you'll all catch lots of fish. Until next Tuesday evening, stay safe on the water and enjoy your fishing.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing. We got all you need, just take a look. Watch those fish jump on your hook. So just relax and take your time. Enjoy the show, then drop us a line. Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing. Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing. Talking fishing.
Have a good weekend, Mr. Walker.
You too, son.